In 1951, in a military facility buried beneath concrete and secrecy, a classified experiment began. Its aim was simple: keep 5 men awake for 30 consecutive days, using nothing but a new experimental gas. The goal: to unlock something hidden deep within the human mind. The participants were prisoners of war, volunteers, technically promised freedom if they endured. Day 1. The chamber was sealed. The gas flowed in, silent, invisible. At first, the men laughed. They talked, joked, read old books left in the chamber. Their eyes were bright. No signs of fatigue. It was peaceful. Day 2. Appetite increased. They demanded more food than expected. One subject claimed to hear faint music in the walls. Another said it was just the air vent humming. They laughed it off. Day 3. The men grew animated. Conversations became intense. Philosophy, religion, or death. They argued for hours, voices rising. Then suddenly, silence, as if something passed between them. An understanding. Day 4. The tone shifted. They stopped trusting each other. 2 men refused to speak. They sat in opposite corners, eyes locked. One subject stood for 9 hours, motionless, watching the door. They were still wide awake. Day 5. Laughter began, high-pitched, unnatural. One man giggled for hours, even while bleeding from his nose. Another began whispering to his hands, as if they were someone else. Day 6. Sleep deprivation symptoms should have begun. Hallucinations, confusion, slurred speech. Instead, their language became sharper, too sharp. They spoke about things they shouldn't know. Warfare tactics, classified documents, numbers that led nowhere. They weren't just awake, they were aware of things beyond the room. Day 7. One subject began tearing up his mattress, not violently, methodically. He removed springs, flattened the padding, and built a small nest in the corner. He crawled inside and whispered, "Now I won't be found." When asked who he meant, he responded, "The one behind the mirror." Day 8. They stopped eating, rations piled up, untouched. One subject pressed his face to the one-way glass for hours. When guards approached, he whispered, "We can see you now." No one had told him about the mirror. Day 9. Silence. They no longer moved. Each man sat or stood in his own corner, facing away from the others. They muttered to themselves, or something unseen. The gas continued. Sleep still avoided them. Day 10. One man began screaming, not in panic, but in rage. He tore at his own throat until blood pooled on the floor. When guards prepared to intervene, another subject yelled, "Don't touch him. He's feeding the room." Day 11. Contact was lost. No sound, no movement. Surveillance showed all 5 subjects still alive, but unblinking, breathing slow, posture rigid. At 3:14, the lights in the observation hallway dimmed for 3 seconds. When they returned, one subject was standing in the center of the room. He hadn't moved in 12 hours prior. His hands were covered in something black, not blood, not ink, something darker. Day 12, the shutdown. Out of fear, the gas was cut. Fresh air pumped in. That's when they screamed. All 5 of them simultaneously, not from pain, but from withdrawal. They clawed at the walls. They begged for the gas. One subject tore his own eyelids off. He shouted, "We must stay awake!" Day 13, the retrieval. The chamber was unsealed. 2 subjects were dead. Another collapsed, mumbling, "It sees us now." The two survivors fought violently. One broke the arm of a guard with inhuman strength. Another bit into a researcher's neck and smiled. Day fought the interview. Of the remaining two, only one could speak. He was restrained, eyes still wide open. When asked what had happened, he whispered, "We passed the veil." They pressed for more. He replied, "There's a mind beneath sleep. It was dreaming us. We woke it up." When asked what it was, he began laughing. His final words before cardiac arrest: "Sleep is a lie we tell our souls. The truth is still waking up." The project was shut down. Records buried. All staff reassigned. But in some circles, the experiment has a name: the Russian sleep experiment. Some say the gas was destroyed, others say it wasn't. And a few are still trying to replicate it.